All right, welcome back. We are in the last segment of the first Adulting 101 section that we're going to be going through. So, congratulations, you made it to the last section, and this is probably the most important section of all. It all starts in here, as I mentioned before. So, let's get started. Many of us come from a place where all the people around us, or most of them, have a fixed mindset. I know that's where I came from. A place where everyone was just content with the life that they ended up with. So that's why I left my old life to start a new life and isolate myself for a period of time to develop something different. And it takes a while. Don't beat yourself up. If you've been trying for a month or two or 6 months and you're like, it's starting to work a little and then you fall back, and it's part of the process. It does not happen overnight. It took me a decade to become the person that you're viewing right now in this video. So most people have this fixed mindset, unfortunately, but you're here to learn how to break free and learn how to develop a growth mindset that is going to carry you in anything you do, in any area of your life, for the rest of your life. It starts here. And hopefully, you will pass this knowledge on to the people you care about. That's what it's all about. We're trying to pay it forward. I've been fortunate enough to turn my pain into purpose. And that's why I chose to dedicate my life to teaching people this stuff that was kind of kept secret in a way. It was like intentionally not talked about in school, but that's what we're doing at the Academy of Adulting. We are bridging the gap that school didn't teach you. So let's get started. Step 1 is recognize your current mindset. So there it is. Take a second to think about something you're not naturally great at. Do you avoid it because you think you can't improve? That's a fixed mindset in action. Now, let's flip that thing around. All right, for me, let's say it's basketball. I'm not a good basketball player at all. But if I flip that and I said, I'm not good at basketball yet, but I can get better with effort. And I don't have a real desire to be that good in basketball, but if I did, I wouldn't let the fact that I'm starting to play, I'm learning how to play, and I'm not that good, hold me back from trying. If it's something that I want to do in any area of my life, I already know, because I've seen this so many times throughout my life, take force, is I just have to put the effort in. Since we're on the topic of basketball, everyone knows Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. They have some natural abilities like size and skill, but Michael Jordan didn't even make his high school basketball team. How do you go from that to being the best player, and I said it, the best player in the history of the NBA? You do that through consistent effort. You do that through persistence of not giving up no matter what, and also resistance of resisting all the stuff that's not good for you in your life. If you have these goals, one of the biggest things you need to be doing is resisting all the other shit that probably holds most people back. So maybe your friends are going out and they're partying and they're going to every single party and they're hitting the bar every weekend. Why don't you come out? Why don't you have fun with us? Because you have bigger goals than that. Okay? And the people who can't understand that, they're not your friends. Okay? So don't be afraid to let those people go. Step 1, recognize your current mindset. So we changed the way that we were saying, I'm not good at basketball. So where are we at right now? That being able to say, I'm not good yet, instead of, I'm just not good, I'm not going to try. No, I'm not good yet. By adding that word yet, it opens up the possibility for change and improvement in anything you do. Step 2, reframe your self-talk. So a big part of developing a growth mindset is changing how you speak to yourself. When you catch yourself thinking, oh, I'll never get this, I'll never figure it out, you need to automatically first recognize that and then silence that, eliminate that from your brain right away. No, it's not that. You have to just flip that switch. No, I'm not going to think like that. It's not that I can never achieve that. It's, well, if I keep trying, I'm going to figure this out. This might be hard, but eventually I'm going to get it. I'm going to keep going. If you could have that mindset, that if you train your brain to have that positive self-talk, it's going to start changing things. It's going to start changing your reality. Remember, everything starts with a thought. It always starts with a thought. Now, the more you think that you can do something, the more likely you're going to be to do something. The more you think that you're not worth anything, or you'll never make something happen, you'll never get it done, is the more likely that that is the truth. So your thoughts literally shape your reality. That is the secret of the world that they're not teaching you in school. But fortunately, you're at the Academy of Adulting and you're learning that here. So try this. Instead of, I'm not good at this, say, I'm learning and improving every time I try. Instead of, I failed, say, I learned what doesn't work and I'm closer to figuring it out. Might as well add in this story right now. Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, was famous for saying, when they asked him, oh, you're a genius, like, how did you figure out how to create this light bulb? And you know what he said? He said, how did I figure this out? Well, I figured out 1,000 other ways to not make a light bulb before I figured it out how to make it work. All right, so all that failure before, just eliminate the process of elimination of what not to do. And really, at the most basic level of personal development, it is Jordan Peterson says, you have to learn what not to do. Start there. If you don't know what to do in your life, start by not doing the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Next, step 3, embrace challenges. A growth mindset is about getting comfortable, about being uncomfortable. Challenges are opportunities to grow, not roadblocks. When you face something difficult, you're literally stretching your brain and making it stronger. What's actually happening, it's called neuroplasticity. You're creating new neurons, new connections in your brain that are bouncing back and forth, so information travels like this. That's what's really going on. So if you're not failing at something, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. That's just the reality. And I'll tell you who does that. Losers do that. Okay? People who feel entitled. People who don't want to work for anything that they want. That's who does that. Okay? So don't do that. Push yourself to the point where you're like, damn, this is difficult. That's that uncomfortable period of like, where you start thinking like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, no, just do it. Find out. If you fail, whatever. You can not do that anymore. Or you can say, I learned something. Let's keep going. So ask yourself, what's one thing I've been avoiding because it's hard? How can I push myself just a little bit more today? That's what it comes down to. Take small, consistent action. That's how you get big results. It doesn't happen like this. It happens like that. Okay. Step 4. Focus on effort, not results. So, when you focus only on the outcome, it's easy to get discouraged because there's so many times where you don't get the results that you're looking for. But when you focus on effort, every step forward is a win. progress is progress, even if it's small progress, and it should be celebrated. I'm not saying go pop bottles because you made some small achievement, but at least look yourself in the mirror and be like, damn right I did that thing that I said I was going to do. And you feel better about yourself. The only way to build confidence is to do difficult things. It's that simple. You don't build confidence doing things that you know you can already do. Every time you put in the effort, you're growing. Whether it's studying, practicing, or just showing up at the gym. Like, I'm not really the one to just show up at the gym. If I made my way there, I'm going all out. But there's days when you're not 100%, you just give what you got. But you have to know what is me, kind of shying away from the work, and what is, man, I don't have it today, I need to rest. You'll figure that out. So remember, effort is something you control. You can't always control the result, but you can control how hard you work towards it. All right? And that's another thing I stress all the time. Don't worry about things that are not in your control. If you want any sort of peace in your life, stop comparing yourself to other people, especially on social media, and then stop worrying about things you can't control. It's a waste of time. You don't need that. You have enough things to stress about that you can actually control. Don't spend time worrying about things that are out of your control. Trust me, I've lived that way. It's not the route. It is not the way to success. So, your growth mindset action test. Again, all of this is in the course. You can read it word for word. That's where I printed this out from. I custom built this entire program, wrote all this stuff out myself. I'm doing these exercises with you, but again, as a reminder, don't just watch this video. You're wasting your time if you're just watching this video. Take action. Just do it. Sit down by yourself somewhere, watch the video, pause it 1,000,000 times if you have to, and just write some shit down. Over the next week, pick something that feels challenging. Maybe it's a class that's tough, or a skill you want to learn, or a habit you're trying to quit. Focus on effort over results. Track your progress and reflect on how your mindset affects the way you handle setbacks. By the end of the week, you'll see how a growth mindset changes the game. I promise you. You'll start to see failure as a part of the process, and you'll be one step closer to reaching your goals. You're not stuck where you are now, and I'm here to tell you that. It's just part of your process. Every challenge, every failure is a chance to learn and grow, and you have to believe that for it to be true. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting better every day. You've got this. I know you got this. So let's get ready to take action, and I will see you in the next set of lessons that is all going to be about taking action. We've already covered up here. We have the idea. We had the thought. We made it into an idea. We wrote this down. We spent time envisioning it. We built some goals, right? It's now, it's tangible. It's out there for the taking. The next step is action. So we're going to talk all about action, all of the various actions that you're going to have to take if you really want to become successful as an adult. If you really want to become independent, I'm going to go through all of the key factors that you're going to have to take action on. But don't be overwhelmed. We're going to do one thing at a time, and I'm going to show you the tips, tricks, strategies that work, and all the stuff that doesn't work. I'm going to mention that too, so that you don't even bother trying that. Again, I've learned everything I teach you the hard way so that you don't have to. See you on the next one.